After 5 episodes, many Star Wars fans are watching neither Skeleton Crew nor my critiques of Skeleton Crew.
So be it.
However, a big percentage of the series' small audience expresses fondness and loyalty. Should I continue to publish videos about the show?
We're wasting our time.
Soon, Grand Admiral Sean will rejoin the channel to share his perspectives. Meanwhile, I guess I'll cover Episode 5's highs and lows. Stay tuned. Welcome to Galactic Initiative. I'm your host, Jeff, and I'm riding Skeleton Crew's bumpy road from Episode 1's prolongation to Episode 2's brevity to Episode 3's balance to Episode 4's scramble to Episode 5's impatience. Yes, impatience is the word to describe this week's installment. Did I enjoy it? It entertained me. But for its narrative breadth and significance, it really should have been 2 episodes, not 1. My ideal 5th chapter would have covered arrival, disguise, search, and discovery. And my ideal 6th chapter would have covered hazards, pursuit, treasure, and betrayal. For this reason, Episode 5 caused additional frustration with Episode 4. Only 33's detox, last week's final scene, was relevant. At Akron didn't further the plot, so it should have been nixed. The time would have been better spent on Episode 5's developments, the writer's best ideas to date. You Have a Lot to Learn About Pirates had numerous elements to recommend it. Though derivative, I love the concept of Skull Ridge Mountain, a pirate hideout with booby traps, riddles, and ancient artifacts. Pirates of the Caribbean meets Indiana Jones, or just the creators copying The Goonies. I appreciated the premium spa for juxtaposition. Its staff members and guests created opportunities for intrigue and humor. Most gags honored Star Wars' situational timing, when characters react in funny ways to unusual circumstances.
We're all fine here now, thank you. How are you?
Yes, let's expand Jod's shady past with a jilted partner who happens to be a bounty hunter. Let's build tension with cons, disguises, and bribes. Let's include a Hutt who eats its spa attendant, a banking clan retreat, and Cathalops, a giant alien with mace-like appendages. Let's establish a competent security team to raise the stakes, later ruined for cheap laughs with slapstick comedy.
How embarrassing. How embarrassing.
Let's recall the legends of Captain Renaud and his ship, the Onyx Cinder, to add mystery and danger. Let's unveil the great work of At-Aten, a pirate's ultimate score. Is Captain Renaud the supervisor? The timeline shouldn't fit a human, but another species, possibly. The faceless transmission served a purpose. Let's raise the urgency to 11 with Brutus's mercenaries in pursuit. So many things to generate excitement. My compliments to John Watts and Christopher Ford for incorporating these ideas. On the other hand, they were hasty when they should have been patient. I have 3 examples of rushing at critical junctures in the episode. First, Jod bumped into Pocket, a former partner and bounty hunter. He suspected treachery and urged the crew to speed up its search for Renaud's hideout. Pocket contacted Brutus, who explained his plan to capture Jod. This transparency prevented anxiety and surprise. Jod's misgiving, Pocket's vengefulness, and Brutus's response were explicit. That is, shown in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt. Compare the pirates' arrival on Lanupa with Darth Vader's appearance on Cloud City. George Lucas arranged an epic betrayal through trust in his audience. After the Imperial garbage dump, Boba Fett followed the Millennium Falcon for less than 20 seconds in space. Lucas didn't reveal the extent of Fett's tracking, Fett's report, Darth Vader's reaction, or Lando's deal. No need. C-3PO's wrong turn foreshadowed the threat. But the following classic scene wouldn't exist if Lucas spoon-fed his viewers.
I've just made a deal that'll keep the Empire out of here forever.
Second, booby traps filled Captain Renaud's hideout. Rather than a suspenseful test of cleverness and teamwork, the route to the treasure room was
barely an inconvenience. Oh, really?
The crew just arrived at the acid pool. The idea was an indie-style quest, but the execution was a stress-free montage.
We're gonna need a montage.
Viewers could follow neither the paths nor the challenges. The kids' height saved them from one of the traps. I chuckled. Raiders of the Lost Ark's opening sequence illustrates great filmmaking. Indy displayed his skills as he risked his life at every turn. The danger was palpable. Imperiled children is a venerable hook because the thought strikes a universal chord. Seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian relied on it. Concern for Grogu snagged and reeled in viewers. Imagine a combination of Indy's intrepidness and Grogu's endangerment. The kids' passage to the treasure room could have been amazing. Am I unfair to compare Skeleton Crew with two of the best films in history? Or, since the creators pirated Spielberg's catalog for Lucas's Galaxy, is my comparison justified? Pardon my pun. Third, though I anticipated his betrayal of the children, I didn't foresee a repetition of Jod's earlier mistake. Recall the opening scene. He lost his title and freedom due to false expectations of plunder. He should have learned patience and cunning from the Corvette's empty vault. But prior to seeing At-Aten, prior to reconnaissance, infiltration, and theft, he turned on his crew. Dumb. While I liked his style, a challenge using the pirate code, I question his priorities. He would have benefited from the children's cooperation until he cleared the barrier and landed on the treasure planet. By double-crossing the kids on Lanupa, he squandered his cover story to reach At-Aten without arousing suspicion. Memorable heel turns come with subtlety and/or distraction. I'm reminded of The Prestige from Christopher Nolan. The film's essential twist is revealed, step by step, during the first 3 minutes, but you don't recognize it because you lack context. 120 minutes later, when you have context, you don't remember the steps. Did the writers adequately present Jod's betrayal, perhaps the most important development in the series? Other, less consequential scenes were rushed too. The escape from security near the mud pits, for example. A cardinal rule of storytelling: don't diminish your antagonists for laughs.
Hugs? You can. With an H? Skinny guy? Kind of pasty?
When the pirates killed the guard, my reaction was, well, I didn't experience any emotion. The mall cops were outsmarted and outrun by kids, and easily defeated by pirates. After they were toppled into the mud pits, was I supposed to take them seriously? The episode told me these guys are incompetent, interchangeable, and expendable. Jod's preliminary interrogation by the skeptical officer encouraged me, but in the end the guards were comics, not characters. My idea: employ a competent security team that surveils and eventually surrounds the crew. Things look bleak for the kiddos, but with their arrest in progress, pirates raid the spa. Pocket's subplot culminates with a surprise attack that thrills the audience and maintains the guards' credibility. The ensuing battle creates chaos, which allows the kids to enter Renaud's hideout. Why did the writers mention the banking clan but do nothing with them? A final observation. As the central character, Wim is unlikable. I won't sugarcoat his depiction. He's a useless, whiny, and sniveling
Am I right?
Some trepidation is relatable. An absence of fortitude is unappealing. The series plays him for a fool in all situations. A trope from Kennedy film. Wim idolized the Jedi, but on a lightsaber, he couldn't distinguish emitter from pommel. At 10, I could name and explain infantry weapons of the Second World War. 10-year-old boys study things that interest them, but the series wanted another humiliation, so Wim embarrassed himself with
an elegant weapon for a more civilized age.
I didn't expect him to wield it, but activate it, yes, he should have been able to activate it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.
I need your help, son.
Check out Galactic Initiative for all things Star Wars.
Galactic Initiative is not authorized or endorsed by Lucasfilm Limited. The name Star Wars and all related materials are registered trademarks of Lucasfilm Limited, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, all rights reserved. Galactic Initiative is a registered trademark, and other product and company names are trademarks of their respective holders. Use does not imply affiliation or endorsement.